The Nintendo Switch eShop sale is wild right now, packed with cozy escapes and jaw-dropping adventures. Let's jump straight into the games you won't want to miss. If you want chaos, guns, and over-the-top humor, Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition delivers in spades. This isn't just the base game, it's the full package, complete with all the DLC, meaning hundreds of hours of loot-driven action. You'll pick one of 4 Vault Hunters, each with their own skill trees and playstyles, and then dive into a galaxy-spanning adventure full of outrageous characters, ridiculous quests, and more weapons than you could ever count. The game is famous for its bazillion guns promise, and it doesn't disappoint. Everything from pistols that sprout legs and chase enemies to rocket launchers that rain chaos. The humor is as wild as ever, with over-the-top villains, snarky companions, and absurd side missions that keep things light even in the middle of non-stop firefights. Co-op play is a highlight too, letting you team up locally or online to tear through hordes of enemies and bosses. The Switch port keeps the fun portable, meaning you can grind loot and take on bosses anywhere. If you're looking for a big, loud, endlessly replayable shooter that doesn't take itself too seriously, this Ultimate Edition is a no-brainer.
The great God Queen will consume.
Moonlighter is a clever blend of 2 very different worlds, calm shopkeeping and dangerous dungeon crawling. You play as Will, a young merchant trying to keep his family's store afloat in a sleepy town. By day, you're setting prices, arranging shelves, upgrading your shop, and helping customers find treasures. By night, you step through mysterious gates into procedurally generated dungeons to battle monsters and collect valuable loot. It's an addictive loop. Every night's risk can pay off the next morning when adventurers and locals rush to buy what you found. The beauty of Moonlighter is how these 2 halves feed each other. Better loot means better sales. Better sales means stronger gear for deeper dungeon runs. There's tension every time you push a little farther underground. Go back early with safe profits or risk it all for rarer, pricier items. The pixel art is gorgeous with smooth animations and vibrant otherworldly environments, while the soundtrack shifts from relaxed town tunes to pulsing dungeon beats. It's a game that's easy to pick up but hard to put down, especially if you love both cozy management and action-packed exploration. For players craving something darker and more intense, Blasphemous delivers a haunting, brutal experience. Set in the cursed land of Custodia, you become the Penitent One, a silent warrior driven to lift a devastating curse known as the Miracle. The world is a maze of twisted cathedrals, desecrated holy grounds, and nightmare creatures, each dripping with religious symbolism and gothic detail. Combat is deliberate and punishing, demanding precise dodges, perfect timing, and careful use of special abilities. Every enemy feels dangerous, and bosses are unforgettable set pieces, grotesque and beautiful all at once. What sets Blasphemous apart is its atmosphere. The hand-drawn art is stunning yet unsettling, evoking ancient paintings and sacred iconography warped into horror. Its story unfolds slowly through cryptic dialogue, hidden lore, and powerful visual storytelling, letting you piece together a narrative about guilt, faith, and sacrifice. The soundtrack is equally striking, mixing mournful melodies with tense, driving rhythms that make every encounter feel sacred and dangerous. It's challenging, yes, but deeply rewarding for players who love skillful combat and worlds steeped in myth and mystery. Undertale is one of those rare indie games that completely rewrote how we think about choice in video games. You play as a child who falls into the underground, a hidden world of monsters, and from the very first encounter, you realize fighting isn't your only option. Every enemy can be defeated through combat, but they can also be spared through clever conversation, kindness, or unexpected acts. Your decisions shape the entire journey, altering characters' reactions, the tone of the story, and even the game's ending. What makes Undertale unforgettable is its writing and personality. It's hilarious one moment and deeply emotional the next, with characters like Sans and Papyrus who've become gaming icons. The game constantly breaks the fourth wall, surprises you with how it plays with RPG conventions, and sometimes even makes you question your own actions. Its simple pixel art hides a surprisingly rich world, while the soundtrack, from goofy tunes to haunting ballads, sticks with you long after you've stopped playing. On Switch, it's perfectly suited to short sessions or long nights exploring every path this little world has to offer. If you've ever wanted an entire Marvel multiverse built out of Lego bricks, LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 is exactly that wish come true. It throws you into an expansive adventure featuring heroes and villains from across the Marvel universe: Spider-Man, Groot, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and so many more, all wrapped up in a time-bending plot with Kang the Conqueror pulling the strings. The game's open levels are filled with puzzles, collectibles, and chaotic battles where smashing everything in sight is often the smartest strategy. What keeps the LEGO games fun after all these years is how lighthearted and creative they are. The humor is snappy, the character roster is huge, and co-op play makes it a blast for families or friends. You'll build quirky contraptions mid-mission, solve playful puzzles, and jump between unique Marvel worlds from Asgard to nowhere. It's not about hardcore difficulty, it's about pure, joyful superhero chaos. Whether you're a Marvel fan or just love playful platforming with plenty of secrets to uncover, this is an easy pick up and play experience that always delivers smiles. Few action games feel as personal and intense as Sifu. It's a martial arts revenge story told through sharp, unforgiving combat and a unique aging mechanic. You begin as a young fighter on a quest to hunt down those responsible for your family's death. Every time you're defeated, your character ages, growing older, wiser, and more powerful in some ways, but losing health and agility as the years pile on. The more you fail, the closer you inch toward permanent death, adding incredible tension to every encounter. The combat system is where Sifu shines. It's built around precision. Blocks, parries, dodges, and environmental use all come into play. You can throw enemies, slam them into walls, and improvise with whatever's nearby. Bottles, sticks, tables, in true Kung Fu movie style. Its levels are beautifully choreographed, flowing from neon-lit nightclubs to serene temples, and each fight feels cinematic while staying fully under your control. On Switch, having this kind of deep, skill-based martial arts experience in handheld form is rare and rewarding, making it a must for players who crave challenging but satisfying action. Children of Morta is a roguelike dungeon crawler, but what makes it truly special is its heart. Instead of a lone hero, you follow the entire Bergson family, each member a playable character with unique fighting styles. There's the sword-wielding father, the nimble archer daughter, a brawling monk-like brother, and more. And as you play, you watch their relationships and personal struggles unfold in touching narrative scenes. This focus on family gives the game an emotional core you don't normally see in roguelikes. Each dungeon run is procedurally generated, keeping exploration fresh and unpredictable. You'll upgrade skills, unlock new abilities, and gradually grow stronger. But even failure pushes the story forward. The art style is strikingly beautiful, with rich pixel animations and dramatic lighting that make every cavern and corrupted forest feel alive. Combined with a stirring orchestral soundtrack, the game feels equal parts dark fantasy adventure and heartfelt family saga. It's perfect for players who love challenging action, but also want a reason to care about the characters they're fighting for. Few superhero games have aged as gracefully as Batman Arkham City. This open-world action-adventure gives you an entire slice of Gotham to patrol, filled with criminals, secret puzzles, and iconic villains like the Joker, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze. You glide across rooftops, swing from gargoyles, and dive into street-level brawls that feel cinematic yet fully under your control. The free-flow combat system remains satisfying, letting you chain attacks, counters, and gadgets with almost balletic precision. But it's not just about combat. Detective work is a huge part of the experience. You'll investigate crime scenes using Batman's gadgets, uncover hidden Riddler challenges, and discover side stories scattered throughout the city. The atmosphere is dark and immersive, with rain-slick streets and eerie alleys that make Gotham feel alive and dangerous. On Switch, having this level of AAA open-world superhero adventure in handheld form is still impressive. Whether you're revisiting a classic or playing it for the first time, Arkham City is a masterclass in making you feel like the Dark Knight.
This place is dangerous. I like it.
Steamworld Heist Ultimate Edition takes turn-based strategy and makes it dynamic, tactile, and incredibly fun. Instead of static grid combat, every shot you take is aimed manually. You line up your gun, account for ricochets, and pull the trigger yourself. It gives firefights an extra layer of skill and satisfaction, turning each encounter into a clever mix of strategy and sharpshooting. You lead a ragtag crew of robot outlaws exploring space, upgrading your team with new weapons, hats, and abilities as you progress. Its steampunk meets space western aesthetic is packed with charm. From the quirky character designs to the detailed ships you raid. Missions are bite-sized and perfect for handheld play, but they still require planning and smart positioning to succeed. The Ultimate Edition on Switch includes all the DLC, extra missions, and quality of life improvements, making it the definitive way to experience this cult favorite. It's a game that's easy to jump into for a quick mission, but deep enough to keep you hooked for hours as you perfect every shot and optimize your crew. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto brings the entire Naruto saga to life in one massive cinematic fighting game. You'll relive the final chapters of Naruto's journey, from the epic battles of the Fourth Great Ninja War to the next generation with Boruto stepping into the spotlight. The roster is enormous, featuring over 100 playable characters, each with their own flashy jutsu and ultimate techniques that explode across the screen in gorgeous anime-style animation. The combat is approachable, but still rewarding. You can unleash crazy combos, perform cinematic finishers, and swap between team members mid-fight to create your own dynamic style. The story mode mixes fully animated cutscenes with huge boss battles that feel straight out of the anime. For longtime fans, it's pure nostalgia. For newcomers, it's an easy way to experience the saga without watching hundreds of episodes. On Switch, having such a big, polished anime fighter in portable form, complete with the Boruto expansion, makes it an irresistible pick for anyone who loves the Naruto universe. Few games feel as gentle and heartwarming as Doraemon's Story of Seasons. You step into the shoes of Nobita, who, along with Doraemon and friends, finds himself in the quiet farming village of Natura. Your days revolve around tending crops, raising animals, fishing by the river, and slowly helping the town flourish. It's classic Story of Seasons gameplay, but what makes it special is Doraemon's quirky gadgets. These whimsical tools, like the Anywhere door that lets you teleport instantly, or weather cards to control tomorrow's forecast, add a playful twist to the slow, satisfying farm life loop. The art style is stunning, with painterly backdrops that feel like living watercolor illustrations. Each season arrives with its own mood: cherry blossoms and gentle rain in spring, lush greens in summer, warm golden sunsets in fall, and snow-dusted mornings in winter. Conversations with villagers are filled with small, heartfelt moments that reward patience and kindness. It's not a game for players craving constant action. Instead, it's for those who want to unwind, breathe, and watch a quiet world slowly come to life in their hands. For a completely different tone, Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights offers a hauntingly beautiful dark fantasy adventure. You play as Lily, a young priestess who awakens in a ruined, rain-soaked kingdom overrun by the cursed remains of fallen knights. As you explore, you'll uncover secrets about the land's tragic downfall while freeing spirits who then join your fight. Each spirit you awaken adds new abilities, from sword strikes to ranged attacks, letting you customize your playstyle and reach new areas as you grow stronger. The game blends the exploration of a Metroidvania with the careful combat and boss design of a Souls-like. Every encounter feels weighty and deliberate, rewarding patience and timing. But despite the difficulty, there's a quiet sadness to the journey that makes it feel almost meditative at times. The hand-painted art and ethereal soundtrack create a world that's both melancholy and breathtaking, perfect for players who love atmosphere and subtle storytelling. On Switch, it's an ideal experience for handheld play, letting you explore its mysterious ruins at your own pace. Slime Rancher Plortable Edition is pure, colorful joy in game form. You play as Beatrix LeBeau, a cheerful rancher who travels to an alien planet to build a thriving slime farm. Your days are spent exploring vibrant landscapes, vacuuming up bouncy, adorable slimes with your trusty vac pack, and corralling them back at your ranch. Each slime type has its own personality. Some are sweet and docile, others mischievous, and some downright explosive. Mixing and crossbreeding them can lead to hilarious and profitable results, as long as you're careful not to create chaos. The game strikes a perfect balance between relaxing and engaging. Exploration is rewarding, with hidden treasures and new slime species to discover, while ranch management gives you a satisfying loop of collecting plorts, slime-made resources, upgrading pens, and expanding your base. The bright pastel art style and soothing soundtrack make it a cozy experience even when things get a little hectic. On Switch, it's an ideal pick for players who love slow, rewarding progress mixed with a sense of discovery and plenty of adorable chaos. Sumire is a quiet, reflective narrative adventure about a young girl experiencing one magical day that could change her life. You follow Sumire as she journeys through a picturesque Japanese countryside, guided by a mischievous spirit. Along the way, she interacts with strange and wonderful characters, animals that talk, spirits with wisdom to share, and people from her past. Every choice you make shapes the outcome of her day, creating a bittersweet story about regrets, hope, and taking chances. The gameplay focuses on exploration and meaningful decision-making rather than action. You'll solve small puzzles, collect items, and decide how Sumire responds to those she meets. Its watercolor art style and serene music create a dreamlike atmosphere, making the world feel intimate and fragile. The story is short but deeply emotional, leaving a lasting impression long after the credits roll. If you're in the mood for something heartfelt and different, Sumire is one of those quiet indie gems that's easy to miss but unforgettable once experienced. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist builds on the haunting beauty of its predecessor, Ender Lilies, while carving its own identity. You're once again drawn into a mysterious, post-apocalyptic world, this time blanketed by ethereal mists and strange new creatures. As a new protagonist, you'll awaken spirits of fallen warriors to gain their abilities, allowing you to fight enemies and explore previously unreachable areas. Each ability feels unique, turning combat into a creative mix of melee strikes, ranged magic, and powerful finishing moves. The atmosphere is stunning. Mist-covered ruins, ghostly forests, and forgotten castles all rendered in lush, hand-drawn detail. The soundtrack leans into melancholy piano and haunting strings, perfect for late-night play sessions with headphones. The game has a gentle but emotional pace, giving you time to soak in the story's mysterious lore while still offering challenging boss fights for those who crave skill-based action. For fans of Ender Lilies or players looking for a beautiful, emotionally rich adventure, this is a worthy follow-up and a standout in the eShop sale. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a brilliantly clever puzzle adventure game from Shu Takumi, the creator of Ace Attorney. You play as Sissel, a man who wakes up as a ghost with no memory of his death. In ghost form, you can possess and manipulate objects, swing signs, knock over bottles, trigger machines to change events in the living world. The central hook is rewinding time to 4 minutes before someone's death and using your ghostly abilities to prevent it. Each puzzle becomes a thrilling chain reaction as you figure out how to save lives and uncover your own mysterious past. What makes it shine is its playful, cinematic presentation. Every character is full of charm, from bumbling detectives to eccentric villains, and the animations are stylish and full of personality. The soundtrack, with its jazzy and mysterious vibe, keeps the pace lively while still feeling suspenseful. On Switch, this remaster updates the visuals beautifully while keeping the original's heart intact. It's the perfect pick for anyone who loves smart puzzles, quirky storytelling, and mystery with a touch of humor. Tales of Grace's F Remastered brings one of the most beloved entries in the long-running Tales JRPG series to the Switch, with improved visuals and smoother performance. You follow Asbel Lant and his friends through a sweeping story about childhood bonds, responsibility, and the fight to protect what matters most. While the narrative begins with youthful optimism, it evolves into a mature tale of betrayal, forgiveness, and hope as the cast grows up and faces war and political intrigue. Combat is where Tales of Grace's really shines. Its style shift battle system allows fast, fluid, real-time fights where you can swap combat styles mid-battle, chain stylish combos, and control the battlefield with precision. It's approachable for newcomers, but deep enough for veterans who want to master every move. The remastered edition smooths out the original's rough edges and adds the F-Arc, an extended epilogue that dives deeper into the characters' futures. Fans of story-rich JRPGs with rewarding action combat will find this a must-have on the Switch. Laika Aged Through Blood is a striking, emotionally charged action platformer that combines high-speed motorcycle gameplay with intense two-dimensional combat. You play as Laika, a warrior mother in a harsh post-apocalyptic desert, fighting to reclaim her land and protect her family. The game's hook is its momentum-based motorcycle movement. You're not just running and jumping, you're flipping, boosting, and firing while managing the physics of your bike. Every fight feels fluid and dangerous, with enemies attacking from all sides as you zip across sprawling, handcrafted levels. Beneath the fast-paced action is a story about survival, legacy, and sacrifice. Its world is brutal yet beautiful, painted in dusty oranges and twilight purples that give it a raw, cinematic edge. The soundtrack matches the intensity, shifting from somber tones during story moments to pulse-pounding beats in combat. It's challenging but deeply rewarding, especially when you master the rhythm of riding, shooting, and dodging all at once. For players looking for something bold and different, part shooter, part platformer, part emotional odyssey, Laika Aged Through Blood stands out as a must-play. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster revives two cult classic GameCube RPGs with updated visuals and quality of life improvements, giving a whole new generation the chance to experience their unique magic. These games stand out because of their inventive card-based battle system. Instead of traditional turn-based attacks, you build decks of abilities and combos, drawing cards in real time to unleash spells, strikes, and special moves. It's a fresh, strategic twist that keeps battles dynamic and exciting, rewarding planning while still feeling fast-paced once you understand the flow. Beyond the combat, the world building is extraordinary. Floating islands, ancient civilizations, locations and mysterious forces create a sense of grand adventure, while the storytelling blends personal character arcs with sweeping, high-stakes fantasy drama. The remasters clean up the visuals, smooth out the frame rates, and add modern touches like autosave and encounter toggles, making them easier to enjoy today without losing the original charm. For RPG fans who crave big stories, inventive systems, and something a little different from the usual formula, this 2-game package is a treasure. Nobody Saves the World is an action RPG that's all about creativity and experimentation. You begin as a blank, pale nobody, but as you explore its quirky, cartoonish world, you unlock the ability to transform into over 15 wildly different forms. From a rat and a horse to a magician, rogue, or even a dragon. Each form comes with unique skills, and the real fun comes from mixing and matching abilities across forms to create your own custom builds. Want a zombie rat that summons skeletons? Or a horse that shoots arrows? You can make it happen. The world itself is colorful and strange, full of dungeons, puzzles, and ridiculous characters to me. Its humor keeps things light, while the gameplay constantly evolves as you experiment with new powers and synergies. Progression feels fast and rewarding, so you're always unlocking something fresh. Whether you play solo or jump into co-op, the chaos of mixing abilities with a friend adds even more fun. It's a perfect finale for this list. Unpredictable, creative, and endlessly replayable. That's the lineup. Cozy farms, brutal dungeons, clever puzzles, and wild adventures, all on sale right now. Which one are you grabbing first? Drop your pick in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next round of Nintendo Gems.